Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
A gain of 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Down by Marcus Peters.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
From the 38, Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. First and goal from the 3. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
Cowboys 7.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
First time with J.K. Dobbins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A third down yards, and that'll be enough.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram.
Number 20.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
6-man. Check. Mike, check. 59. Hey, watch the slant. Jim.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Zerline lining up for the point after.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
It shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Thomas on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Gain of 12.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
1st and goal.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Dallas.
Ezekiel Elliott, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On on second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Second quarter now for Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's good.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Randy Gregory on the stop. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 11-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side.
Jackson's pass.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
A big loss.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
But they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
The give is to Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
40-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 10th carry now for Elliott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Ezekiel Elliott. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
The tackle.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A gain of 4.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
At the 29-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. C.D. Lamb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Cowboys 28, Ravens 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, That answer is one. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To throw again is Jackson. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The rookie CeeDee Lamb, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down now. Dobbins, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked by the rookie from Bama, Trayvon Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Cowboys 35, Ravens 3.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. A toss play left. There goes Mark Ingram. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
On second down, Dobbins. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, they wound up losing yardage.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory. But also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. This is Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
A gain of 29 yards. And a Cowboy first down.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Third down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards. in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be third and a mile. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Everson Griffith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And they take a knee.
Prescott on the keeper.
Double time. Alert. 3 down. Mike 40. Let's go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
On the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Tonight's
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they